Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. Good day. So I hope you are all in good mood and good health. So let's begin our lecture for today, which is summarizing what you have learned from the videos I've given you for the information gathering topic. So this slide lecture notes are combining what I have shown you in the my instruction for the last session. So why are we covering this topic in CNI? Because it is an important part of engineering design process. Okay, so that is why we have to cover this in CNI, which is quite useful actually, especially for your life skill and long learning skills. Yeah, lifelong learning skills. So you might use it in your future because we have different types of skills that is needed if you want to search for a job, and if you have learned this in during your undergraduate, then it might be helpful. Okay, so I've covered the objectives of the information gathering. So why we want to learn about this? We want to recognize the value of interactive methods for information gathering. We would like to construct the interview question to elicit human information requirements, to structure interviews in a way that is meaningful, write effective questions to survey, and design and administer effective questionnaires. So this one we have covered through a lot of videos. So I hope you remember to claim your free 1 gig for the day in order to look at all these videos. Okay, so the rest of the slides are complementary to what we have seen in the videos. Okay, and hopefully it won't contradict what you have looked at in the videos that you have looked at. Okay, so interview is an important method to collect data on human and system information requirements. Interview reveal informations about interview opinions and interviewee feelings, and we need to prepare for the interview. So this one you have looked at all the tips, 7 tips for preparing for an interview. So it does include um, reading background material to know what is the objective of the interview, who to interview, and to decide what types of question types and structure. So this has also been covered in your um, videos, open-ended and closed. So I hope you know by now the differences between open-ended and closed type of question. Okay, so open-ended question. So we use this to allow interview to respond how they wish and to what length they wish. So it is appropriate if we want to know in depth what the response of the interviewee. And the advantages of using open-ended question is that it puts the interviewee at ease. So it allows the interviewer to pick up on the interviewee's vocabulary, and it gives a lot of details, and through the question and the response then you can get follow-up question as what Kathy Couric has covered in the video. So follow-up question that may have gone untapped. So open-ended question can bring this to the top, and you can pick that up and do follow-up questions. And it provides more interest for the interviewee because it's not boring. It allows more spontaneity. It makes phrasing easier for the interviewer. And if you are unprepared because you don't have any questions ready, then open-ended question makes it a lot easier. Okay. However, there are some disadvantages of open-ended question. As you have seen in one of the videos I given you, you may get too many irrelevant details and can probably lose control of the interview because it goes to the direction that you don't want it to go. It may take too much time or to get useful information, and you can seem to be unprepared because you just let the interview go whichever direction it goes, and it might give the impression that the interviewer is on a fishing expedition. So what is a fishing expedition? Macam, it's like you are fishing for spicy details or gossips or scandals that may pop out when you the interviewee is responding to your open-ended question. Okay. Next, closed questions. So you have these two type of question: open-ended and closed question. So in um, in an interview where you are face to face or in a meeting, either on virtual or real face to face, then a closed interview questions will limit the number of possible responses. But it is appropriate if you want to generate precise and reliable data that is easy to analyze. So to transcribe an interview, uh, if you have many open-ended questions, it's very hard. So if you have some closed interview questions, then they are easier to analyze. The methodology is efficient, and using closed question, it requires little skills for interviewers to administer. So the administration is not difficult. However, you need to know what kind of closed question you want to ask. So, but then it requires little skills, meaning that you are not really requiring the skills needed if you want to ask open-ended questions. Okay. So what are the benefits of closed questions? So of course the time will be reduced, and you can easily compare the interviews because you have um, a monosyllabic answer. You get to the point that you want. You can keep control of the interview where it goes. You can cover a large area quickly if you don't have much time, and you can get a lot of relevant data at one time. However, the disadvantages is it may be boring for the interviewee because he or she just need to answer yes or no, or just syllabic answer, and you may not be able to obtain the in-depth answer that comes from open-ended, and you may miss some main ideas, and you may fail to build rapport between the interviewer and the interviewee by using a closed question. So it may give some distance between you and the interviewee. Okay, so this figure shows the attributes of open-ended and closed questions. So the differences between open-ended and closed question. So if you have closed question, you have high reliability of data because there's no middle ground. It's just the extreme, either yes or no. For open-ended, the data is less reliable because you have so many scales here. And time, of course, closed question have efficient use of time. The same goes with precision of data. Closed question is more precise. However, for open-ended question, you have much more depth and breadth, and you have a lot more interviewer skills needed for open-ended question to ask appropriate open-ended questions, and it is easier to perform closed question as compared to the difficult question. Okay, so how do you arrange the questions in an interview? So this is quite new for me as well. So there's an art in arranging your questions for an interview. So there's three types of arrangement uh, as documented by Candle and Candle book, which I'm referring to for my video: the pyramid, the funnel, and the diamond arrangement. So we will look at some figures later to have this in clear, more clear, um, more clear, more clear, so you can get more clarity. Okay, so the pyramid arrangement start with closed questions and work toward open-ended questions. So from monosyllabic answer to the more uh, longer in detail open-ended question. So it's like a pyramid. Okay, for funnel it's like it's like this. Yeah, funnel where your mom put the used oil and the used oil bottle. Okay, so the funnel will start with open-ended question and then later working toward closed question. For diamond, it start with closed question and then you have open-ended and then it end with closed question. So um, it's a combination of pyramid and funnel. Yeah, pyramid and funnel. So it looks like a diamond. Okay. So the pyramid structure arrangement, as I've said just now, it begins with very detailed, often closed questions, and then it expands by allowing open-ended question and more generalized responses. So this arrangement is useful if interviewees need to be warmed up to the topic or seem reluctant to address the topic. So you begin by the more easier to answer monosyllabic question, and then you expand it by the open-ended question. Okay, so an example. Yeah, so this is a pyramid structure here for interviewing. So it goes from specific to general question. So close question, and then it goes to the open-end question at the end. So here it said pyramid structure start with a specific question. For example, here, what specifically is the problem you are experiencing with your firewall? So you need to answer in very simple terms. What is the problem? Have you considered other methods to improve the security of corporate data? So it goes more in-depth question. What do you think will make security more effective here? So this is getting some opinions from the interviewer. And then, in general, how do you feel about the security of data versus the importance of internet access? So it's very, very detailed, and the interviewee need to spend time to explain his or her answers. So this is the pyramid type of question arrangement. Okay, so it's 15 minutes already, so I'll stop here and we'll continue with the next part in the other video. Thank you.